Triple M Morning Movement Medicine. We're going to be on the floor today, so Lily likes that. Now I've got a ball that I'm going to use. I think a soccer ball would be good, but a lot of you are not going to have a soccer ball. So you can take a pillow and roll it up and use it for today to try to get what we need to do. It's not going to be a long one today, but we are going to finish up with a breathing technique that I think will be huge for you. Okay, so what we're going to do is you take your ball or your pillow and you're going to put it in between your feet. So you get it right in between your feet, and then you can sit right, you want it to sit right on top of it. So you take, I'm going to give you some time here to take and get that, and I want it, you want to roll it where it's in between your feet so you can press into it. You're going to be pushing your feet into it. So you're not only wanting it where you can set, but you also want it where you can push into it. So hopefully you've got that manipulated in such a way that will be helpful. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with some breathing patterns. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to do 5, 5, 5, 5 of pushing towards. Now it's not a big deal, but if you can have it facing towards the east, facing towards the rising sun, that's good if you can do that. Okay, so we're going to start off with our hands on our thighs now, and we're going to take a deep breath in, and then we're going to exhale as we push up. So I'm firing my hips through. So I'm going to breathe in. I know, sweetheart. That's 2. So as I'm coming up, every time I fire my glutes, I'm getting more and more where I'm pulling my head back and I'm pushing against the ball with my heels to have a little bit of inward pressure. So now we're going to do 5. We're going to raise the right arm up and bend towards the right side. All right, deep breath in and exhale. One more. Good. I'm sure Lily's activity is helping you to be able to drop right in and focus on your breathing. Uh-oh, I offended her. All right, now deep breath in, going to the left side this time. And exhale. Good. You're probably aware now of what we're going to do next. Is we're going to go full on, both hands, backward lean. Hopefully, I didn't mention, hopefully you got your mat, you got something soft underneath your knees, pillow underneath the knees, and then also in between. Do whatever you can. We're not trying to, if there's discomfort anywhere, then the body tends to not want to release because it's too busy focusing on where the tension or it can't focus on where the tension is because it's focusing on where the pain is. And you remember, your mind has a synapses in it that tries to get you to stop when you're doing something uncomfortable. Just like in a long distance race, the mind will shut you down long before anything else will. Very few people experience a shutdown of the body because the mind convinces them way before then that it's time to stop. All right, now we're going to go up with both hands this time. So we're going to take a deep breath in, and then we're going to exhale up. Good. All right, hopefully you're still squeezing in with the feet, extending, not going too far back, but moving through. So hopefully now this has kind of opened you up, and then you might need to readjust, especially if you're using a pillow. I'm using a pretty firm ball here. It's better to have this ball will shape with me. It's like a soccer ball. It's a medicine ball, but it's got some softness to it. Some of the other ones are a little too much. But if you've got what you feel like is a pretty good situation, I've even used, it's kind of rough on the ankles, but I've even used a foam roller going across when I really want to work on my calves. And that's huge. Taking a foam roller, putting it across here, and then leaning down on it really gets into the Achilles and where the gastrocnemius is, soleus, those muscles, you can really get into that. But that's for a later day. All right, so now hopefully we have opened up the hip flexors. Now what we're going to do is now we're going to take and try to do some lean backs. Now you might want to take the pillow or the ball out from underneath you for these to alleviate it a little bit. I'm going to try to leave mine in. I feel it's feeling pretty fair this morning, so I'm going to leave mine in for my lean backs. All right, so deep breath in, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on this fifth one, I'm going to try to stay back for 5 breaths. 5. 'Good. Come up forward. Now normally when I would do this on my own, I would have the TRX where I could lean back and hold onto the TRX and explore going back further. All right, if you haven't already, now let's get rid of the ball or the pillow and then just drop down in between the ankles and rock back and forth. And then let's get 5 pulses, or not, don't count them, just pulse. Good. Okay. If you're doing the east thing, let's lay with our head going towards the east. We're going to start off with the bottoms of our feet together. Lay back, push the bottom of the feet in, and then push the lower back into the ground. All right? Now we're going to take our hands and we're going to put them to the side of our heads, and we're just going to butterfly. It's easier to do with the legs than it is the arms. Just little butterflies, and try to keep your lower back. And don't worry if you mess up, just start over again. Try to keep the lower back engaged. This is not an easy thing to do neurologically. That's why we're doing it, to try to redo the system. It's almost like rubbing your head and patting your stomach, rubbing your head. So funny when I balk backwards. Most people don't even pick up on it. If you're smooth enough, you can be silly and nobody knows it. Okay. Now we're ready. Bring the feet up, bring them flat. Now, try to keep the lower back, the lumbar, engaged with the floor the whole time. So I've got my shirt tucked in so we can see my belt line. Now, from the waistline down, that's the open C. From here, the waistline up is going into the shore. So if you can imagine the beach, right? Top of your head going from here, from the nose up, that's sand. And the tide is coming in. So here, from the waist down, is the open sea. Then from the waistband up is where the wave is meeting into the shore. So let's take just a few seconds here and imagine that scenario. You look out onto the sea and there's movement, but there's not a whole lot of movement. It's the wave as it comes into the shore, and then it builds, and then you see the foam, and then it comes down. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the hands now, palms facing down, and we're going to put them behind the back. Now, if you can't do this comfortably, or if it pulls your shoulders up off, then don't do it. Just lay them anywhere you need to. But if you can, try to put the hands behind the lower back. Now, what we're going to do is 5 stomach fills. So fill the stomach as much as you can, and then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. 5. Now the reason I like the hands behind the lumbar is because I want you to feel not only your stomach going forward, but I want you to feel the pressure going into your hands, so you can feel F-I-L-L, fill the entire, Phil Ryerson? So you can completely fill the core, that whole area with air. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fill that area with air, and then we're going to roll it up into our chest. Let's do that 5 times. Ready? Fill it. Now roll it up into your chest. There. Good. So I've taken the air that I've filled into my core, and I've dropped it and rolled it into my chest. Again. There. Now exhale. Let's do it one more time. Bring it into the chest. Exhale. 2, let's see, that would be 3. One more. Good. So we've filled our stomachs, brought it into our chest. Now we're going to exhale it. So the exhale is when the wave is going back out. I'm sure you're getting the analogy. So I'm filling my stomach, bringing the wave into my chest, then it's reached the shore, and then everything empties. And that's the wave returning back to the sea. So we're drawing in the air from the sea, right? Bringing it all the way up and through, and then exhaling it down. So I really want you to feel like it's a wave. All right, so let's give it a try. Let's do 5. So you can see that I'm done it enough that my hips actually come up off the ground, and I kind of get into a rolling motion as if it were actually a wave. Now I've worked up to 20 minutes on this doing it, and it can become very hypnotic, therapeutic. You can even get to a point where it becomes so much of a flow that you lose yourself in thought and realize that you're doing it without even thinking about it. So let's do 5 more. Belly, chest, two more. One more. There. Now, you can create a lot of pressure with those, so you got to be careful that you're not so involved in the technique of it that you lose the flow of it. I can get into a flow that really feels, the visual helps me really visualize the wave coming through. Why don't you set a timer for 5 minutes on your phone? See if you can do 5 minutes of that. If you mess up, just go back and start again. It's no big deal. All right, I hope that helped you out. I know it helped Lily out quite a bit. Lily feels a lot better. All right, I hope you guys have a great day. I know.